From time to time, we see new regions that come out. And for some reason, even though they're so unknown, they're prohibitively priced. How do Georgian wines hit the market?
Well, luckily for us this time, it's finally we got a region that brought us good pricing. Well, obviously in the last maybe 2 years, it's been one of those countries that are going for the exposure and really want to show that they're doing something right and they deserve to be on the map. And obviously there was a time with the war and everything that they couldn't do that. And now when the country is becoming a little more civilized, it's they have the time to bring this forward to the rest of the world. I mean, organic winemaking. One thing we didn't talk about is the specialty of Georgian wines. What they do, the qvevri. Qvevri, it's actually it's the clay amphora, clay pot, which they make the wine in. So there is no adding a yeast. This is a traditional winemaking. So they'll take the grapes, they crush them, pop them in the amphora, seal it, leave it in the backyard, and there is a wine eventually. So it's a
this is done with all natural yeast. And that, it's important, I think, to note when you hear natural yeast or added yeast. Natural yeast is floating in the air all around us all the time. And as that just lands on the amphora and in the amphora and on the wine, that is the natural yeast that we're talking about. And when the grapes are growing in the vineyard and the yeast is landing on the skins, that's the natural yeast.
Obviously, that's what it is, and therefore you really need the skins for to create the wine, because lots of wine in the world these days, they'll let the skins macerate for a bit, discard them, and clear and filter the wine. This what they do. They actually they crush the skins, leave it in there macerating for a few months up till the spring. So it's 6, 7, 8 months. So they actually can get the fermentation started, and then they put it into different amphora and leave it there for a couple of years. And luckily, hopefully, sometimes they will
actually have a good vintage.
have a wine.